It's Pan Mass Challenge Day at Fenway Park. It's also the middle game of a three-game series between the Washington Nationals and the Boston Red Sox. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome to Red Sox Baseball. Well, when you think about the Washington Nationals, you think about their young phenoms. Last night, we got to see Steven Strasburg start the game and pitch incredibly well. And also, Bryce Harper, a 19-year-old who has certainly opened the eyes of Major League Baseball and Red Sox fans here last night for the first time. The highlight started in the field last night for Harper when he made a running catch to rob Saltalamacchia of a hit in the second inning. He had started offensively in the third inning with a double to center off Felix Dubron. It was his 8th double of the year. He was at it again in the following inning, crushing a ball off Dubron to center for a 2-run home run, his 6th of the year. He finished with 3 hits, a career-high 3 RBIs, now hitting .366 off left-handers. As we welcome in Jerry Remy. Jerry, we have asked this question many times over, and the question is, what do you expect today from Daisuke Matsuzaka?
Well, before, Don, I try to answer that question, let's take a look at a graphic that we have on Daisuke and his minor league starts before coming back to the major league level and coming off Tommy John surgery. The one number that kind of sticks out that is very not like Daisuke is the fact that he only walked 9 guys and struck out 30 guys in 37 innings. Now, that's a positive for him, plus the fact that he's feeling well. Now, here's where I go into my analyzing. I have no clue what to expect today from Daisuke Matsuzaka. The fact is, you know, the guy's been out for just about a year now with Tommy John surgery. He's worked his way back through a couple of other injuries that have led up to this point today. He's got to be nervous going on the mound for the first time in a long time, especially here at home at Fenway Park in front of the hometown fans. The one advantage he does have, he's facing the Nationals who don't really know Daisuke. So, you know, hopefully today it goes well for him, be great for his confidence, and it'd be great for the Red Sox.
We will soon find out. On the other side for the Washington Nationals today, the former Oakland A, Gio Gonzalez, is on the hill. He's 7-2 with a 2.31 earned run average. We're back at Fenway Park on a beautiful day with the first pitch right after this. Deals by Toyota.com. Dunkin' Donuts, your New England Subaru dealers, and by Southwest Airlines. A beautiful day in Boston on this Pan Mass Challenge Day from Fenway Park as the Red Sox take the field today, led by Daisuke Matsuzaka and their home whites. Let's check out the visiting Washington Nationals starting lineup. It's brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. Stephen Lombarduzzi is in the lineup today, and he's in left field leading off with Bryce Harper in right. Ryan Zimmerman is at third base with Adam LaRoche at first base. Michael Morse is the DH with Ian Desmond at shortstop. Danny Espinoza is at second base. He bats seventh. Rick Ankiel is in center field batting eighth, and Jesus Flores does the catching as he bats ninth. Daisuke Matsuzaka returns to the major leagues and the Red Sox. His numbers from a year ago: 8 games and 7 starts, 3-3 with a 5.30 earned run average. Logged 37 1/3 innings. Look at the walks to strikeouts, always walking quite a few. And last year, 23 walks to 26 Ks, but opponents only hit at .224 against him. And 8 starts in the minors this year, making his way back. Rehab starts, 0-3, 3.65. The walk numbers are better, 30 strikeouts to 9 walks, and opponents hitting at .228 against Daisuke in the minors.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They are 5th in the American League with 30 errors on the season. Will Middlebrooks will be at third base. Mike Aviles, the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second. And Kevin Youkilis, the first baseman. Left to right, Daniel Nava, Darnell McDonald, and Adrian Gonzalez. And Kelly Shoppett doing the catching for Daisuke.
Umpiring crew: Dana Demuth, the crew chief, has the play calling the balls and strikes. Al Porter at first base, Paul Noward at second base, and Doug Eddings is the umpire at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
Well, it is a very nice day here today at Fenway Park. 78 degrees as we start the day. Breeze out to right, and mostly cloudy is the forecast for the rest of the day. But we're starting off great with lots of blue skies and lots of sunshine here at Fenway after what has been kind of a cloudy, rainy at times homestand for the Red Sox. And they have one game remaining on this homestand tomorrow against the Nationals before they head out on the road to Miami and Chicago. Well, the return of Daisuke Matsuzaka. Jerry wondered at one point when he went to get the surgery for Tommy John whether or not we would see Daisuke Matsuzaka ever again in a Red Sox uniform.
And just about a year ago when he had that surgery, back he is today on the mound for the Red Sox. He had a couple of minor setbacks at the minor league level, but prepared and ready to go today for Boston.
Lombardozzi to lead it off here for the Nationals as he stands in close to the plate on the left side. First pitch from Daisuke Matsuzaka is in there for strike one, and we're underway. Lombardozzi hitting at .289 with a home run, 8 runs batted in. Did not play in last night's contest. As he fouls it off, he is on top of that plate, and quickly Daisuke ahead 0-2. Lombardozzi, a rookie. He's a minor league player of the year last year in the national system. Swing and a miss. Nice start for Daisuke. Strikes out the first batter that he faces.
Well, the first strikeout for Matsuzaka coming on what looked to be the changeup that time. So a fastball, a cut fastball, and a changeup from Daisuke to get the first strikeout of the ball game.
That kind of movement, that might have been the gyro ball. One out here.
Are we going to start that again?
Absolutely. Hopefully bring our CD back into hipness. Bryce Harper, we saw him play for the first time last night in person. He was impressive, as was Steven Strasburg, and last night's action for the Nationals. And Harper at .288, and a swing and a miss for strike one. Six homers, 17 runs batted in. We saw him hit a home run here last night at Fenway, back by the .420 marker and in right center. Lifts it in the air down the left field line. Long run for Nava, and he gets there. Makes the catch in fair ground basket style. Nicely done for the second out. Nava's defense continues to be stellar.
Boy, you're exactly right, Don. And this is a very difficult play because he's full speed going to that wall. He's able to concentrate to make the catch, then brace himself before he bangs into the wall. Daisuke likes the play. That out also coming on a changeup from Matsuzaka.
So 2 down. Ryan Zimmerman, the batter. Third baseman checks in as Daisuke has recorded the first 2 outs here in the top half of the first inning. Zips the fastball outside for ball 1. Zimmerman at .250, 3 homers and 21 runs batted in. The 27-year-old He's 7 for his last 18. Talked about it last night. He signed a long-term contract extension that keeps him in Washington through 2019.
The only player in this lineup that's faced Matsuzaka is Rick Ankiel, the number 8 hitter in the lineup. He's only 0 for 1 against Daisuke. Nobody else has faced him.
I'm guessing that's when Rick Ankiel was in Kansas City. Ankiel, who had played in center field for the Royals a couple years back. Low and away, and it is 2-1 to Zimmerman. Kelly Shopik is the battery mate of Daisuke Matsuzaka today. It'll be interesting to watch the signs today too, because Daisuke, who at one point was 6 or 7 different variations of pitches, and Jason Varitek would go through a series of different signs for Daisuke. Interesting to see whether they have simplified that at all.
Yeah, well, it's been similar here in the early going. 2 was the fastball. This will be the fastball again from Daisuke.
3-1 is popped up, foul ground. Youkilis and Shopik, but neither will have a chance. Now for Daisuke, it's not only about the pitch, but also the location, it appears, more so than other guys.
Exactly. They'll put a finger down and then a thumb across. That means he wants a fastball away. The 2 is the fastball. He'll use different sets of signs for a lot of his pitches, and he's got probably about 5 of them.
Not as many as we were led to believe when he arrived, 11 or 12.
He had 52 pitches when he came.
3-2 pitch coming here to Zimmerman. And he fouls it off. Another fastball. Daisuke's been operating at 92, 93 miles an hour with the fastball.
I actually worried about that when the Red Sox signed him many years ago. I said, how am I going to recognize this gyro ball?
Yes.
I've never seen one.
Can't really draw from your past experience against other gyro ball pitchers. Nice first inning in the return of Daisuke Matsuzaka. Strikes out a pair, enjoys a 1-2-3 first. Red Sox are coming up. Up in the bottom of the first, their starting lineup is brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Daniel Nava leads it off in left field with Dustin Pedroia at second base. Adrian Gonzalez back in right field. David Ortiz at DH with Kevin Youkilis at first base. Will Middlebrooks at third base bats sixth. Mike Abelis at shortstop seventh. Darnell McDonald in center field bats eighth. And Kelly Shopik doing the catching and batting out of the number 9 spot. Gio Gonzalez on the mound for the Washington Nationals. His 12th start of the year. He's had a great beginning, 7-2 with a 2.31 earned run average. He's got 84 strikeouts in 66 and a third innings. He's walked 28, and opponents are hitting it just 172 against Gonzalez. Last time out, he did lose against the Atlanta Braves. Gave up 3 runs in 4 2/3 innings, struck out 5 and walked 3. But again, that was just his second loss of the year. Wanted to work to Daniel Nava, who's already made his presence felt with a good running catch defensively in left field. Nava hitting at .311, 2 homers and 19 runs batted in. Now, because of the good play by Daniel Nava, he stays on this Red Sox roster and made decisions a little bit tougher for the Red Sox today as they have an excess all of a sudden of outfielders, and they had to activate Daisuke Matsuzaka, and in that move they designate for assignment Marlon Byrd. So he was the odd man out as Nava fouls it off to the right, not a play. In 34 games for the Red Sox, Byrd hit at .270. And at the time really filled a void the Red Sox had as series of outfielders going down in a hurry. That'll bounce in and even the count at 2-2.
That was the changeup from Gonzalez. To see the fastball around 93, 94, the changeup, and also the breaking ball. That changeup bouncing in the dirt. Nava taking it.
Two pitch is in the air to center field, sending Ankiel back. Makes the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the first.
Let's take a look at the Nationals defense. They're 4th in the National League with 31 errors on the season. Ryan Zimmerman at third base. Ian Desmond, the shortstop. Danny Espinosa at second. And Adam LaRoche, the first baseman. Left to right, Steve Lombardozzi, Rick Ankiel, and Bryce Harper. And Jesus Flores doing the catching for Gonzalez.
Davey Johnson, the manager of these Washington Nationals that are in first place in the National League East. They're a game better than the Atlanta Braves to begin the day, and 2.5 better than the New York Mets. Was the manager of the Mets that defeated the Red Sox in 1986. No 1 pitch coming up here for Pedroia. That'll be tap foul at the plate, 0-2.
That outfield really pulled around toward right field for Pedroia, especially in left field. Lombardozzi, he is at about the middle of the scoreboard.
Dustin is 1 for his last 16 since coming back. 0-2 is up and away, 1-2. Still trying to find his timing at the plate. Got the brace on the inside of the batting glove, and something new here today on the outside. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out. First K for Gonzalez, 2 down.
That's the curveball from Gonzalez. Good shot, breaking curveball. Ends up around ankle high to Dustin, and a swing and a miss.
Two down in the first as Adrian Gonzalez stands in. Right field again for Adrian today. 275, 5 homers, 32 runs batted in. I got the feeling in watching Adrian swing the bat to all fields in last night's game. He was robbed in right, hit one high up on the wall in left, and then homered in center to get his 200th home run. And he was tweeting his appreciation to Red Sox Nation out there for all the well wishes after he got his 200th. But this nearly hit the back wall out there in straightaway center field, and a blast for Gonzalez. Jerry, those are swings we've not seen in a while from Adrian.
Very calm, very quiet.
Couple hops out to short, and Ian Desmond will throw him out. It's a quiet first inning for the Red Sox, who are down in order, done with 1, no score. Month of June is packed with great games. Starting Tuesday, June 19th, the Red Sox kick off a 9-game homestand, including 2 interleague series matchups against the Miami Marlins and the Atlanta Braves. The homestand concludes with a 3-game series against Toronto. Get your tickets now for all these great June games at redsox.com/tickets. Top half of the second inning for Daisuke Matsuzaka. He had a 1-2-3 first on 12 pitches, recorded 2 strikeouts, and Adam LaRoche, Michael Morse, and Ian Desmond expected to bat here for the Nats in the second inning. Fly ball hit well out towards deep right center field. On the run is Gonzalez, and that ball is gone. Into the bullpen. A home run for Adam LaRoche, his 10th of the year, as he homers into the Sox bullpen to put the Nationals on top 1-0.
Well, it was supposed to be a fastball away from Daisuke. Instead, the ball stayed middle in, and LaRoche picks up home run number 10. Watch the location of the pitch. Shopik's going to set up away. Pitch stays inside, and LaRoche makes him pay for it.
Well, Daisuke in his minor league rehab did allow 7 home runs. Here's Michael Morse, the DH. Takes a look at ball 1 down and away. 208, no homers, and a run batted in for Morse, freshly off the DL. Called on June the 1st, as the pitch will miss, and he is quickly ahead 2-0. Missed the first 50 games of the year for the Nationals with a lat strain. That's in there for a strike, the fastball, and it's 2-1. Pitch in there for a strike, and the count is 2-2. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball down and away, and he chases. 3rd strikeout for Daisuke, 1 down.
More of a curveball that time from Matsuzaka than the slider. Big sweeping breaking ball here from Daisuke off the outside part of the plate. Way off the outside edge, and Moore strikes out.
So 1 out of the inning for Ian Desmond. Hitting at .261, 8 homers, 28 runs batted in. Leads the Nationals with 61 hits. That's 16 doubles and 20 multi-hit games so far in the season for their shortstop, as he takes strike 1. Desmond switching his uniform number during the offseason from number 6 to number 20 to honor former Nationals manager Frank Robinson. Now 1 pitch fouled off, and it's 0-2. Well, coming up today, you get your preview of Small Talk. Bobby Valentine on the hot seat. Today is Pan Mass Challenge Day at Fenway Park, and we will get an update on Cody Ross's current status. There is the number 20 worn by Frank Robinson when he was at the helm. The 0-2 pitch. Desmond will hit it on the ground. Picked in the backhand by Pedroia. 2 down. Nice play. Pedroia quickly to his feet and throws out Desmond. 2 down.
That ball hit very hard by Desmond, but Dustin Pedroia right there to play it on a second hop. 1-2 up in the glove, and pops up comes Pedroia, gets the out at first base. It didn't come out right, but anyway, you get the idea.
Yeah, he popped up.
Yeah, he popped up and he's out.
2 down here in the second inning. There's Danny Espinosa, the second baseman for the Nationals. I thought you were analyzing a breakdown of what we will see of Daisuke Matsuzaka, both in the pregame and in the open. Outstanding.
Excellent stuff. You just don't get that anywhere, Don.
No,
only on Nesson.
It's special. But you're honest. I mean, I think that's, you know, I mean, you have no idea, nor does anybody else.
Bobby Valentine has no idea.
None. So what is going to happen here to Daisuke Matsuzaka, outing to outing, year to year? The 1-0. Fly ball to center field. McDonald. Lots of sunshine out there, and Darnell makes the catch without any problems. Could it have been the gyro ball?
Jerry, was that the... I think it might have been, not sure, but I think it was
the 100th anniversary coffee table book of America's most beloved ballpark, just in time for Father's Day. Use the promotional code BOSOX to get a $10 discount and free shipping on this one-of-a-kind keepsake. Visit redsox.com/Fenway Park or FenwayPark100.com to get your copy today. It is the perfect Father's Day gift. Adam LaRoche has homered and given the Nationals a 1-0 advantage as the Red Sox come to bat here in the bottom of the second inning. David Ortiz at 301, 13 homers, 37 runs batted in. David has been walking a little bit more, 8 walks in the last 8 games. But he is 1 for his last 13 on the homestand. To left field, Lombardozzi goes towards the corner and can't make the catch. Fair ball as Ortiz heads to second base, has himself a double to begin things here in the bottom of the second inning.
Now David's now 4 for 11 in his career with a home run against Gonzalez. Almost a one-handed swing on a low fastball, slicing away from Lombardozzi out there in left field. Can't get the glove to it, and Ortiz at second base with the leadoff double.
So Ortiz at second base, nobody out, and the key matchup is brought to you by your New England Acura dealers. Kevin Youkilis also good number, 6 for 11. 545 against Gio Gonzalez in his time spent with the Oakland A's. As Youkilis holds up, he was ejected from last night's game, striking out 3 times in the game against Strasburg, and it was the last time with the bases loaded that Uke, the most fired up. Doug Eddings, home plate umpire last night, threw him out of the game. It was the 4th ejection to Kevin Youkilis. He thought it was too far low. 3rd ejection for the Red Sox this season for the team, as Vilas and Bobby Valentine also ejected this season.
As I said last night, under the same circumstances, I would have been gone too.
What's the most you've ever thrown out in one season? More than once?
Oh, yeah.
How many times do you think you were ejected in your career?
I can't say for sure, but my share amount.
Would you say multiple figures? Double digits?
Maybe not. Maybe not. No, I don't think double figures. I don't think so. Had a quick fuse.
It snapped a little bit.
Yeah.
So different from the laid-back Jerry Remy that we know now. He's so relaxed. 2-2. Youkilis hits it hard, but on the ground is short. Desmond looks the runner back and throws out Youkilis for the first out of the inning. 4 ejections, Jerry, in your career.
That's all?
That's all. You might have been mad a lot and came close to being ejected a lot of other times, but only 4 times as it turns out.
I can remember at least 4. Yeah.
Tim McClellan was one of them, right?
I got one when I was in the disabled list. I was in the dugout, and I was speaking Spanish to the first base umpire, yelling at him, and he threw me out. And Don Zimmer went out and said, "What did he say?" He says, "I have no idea."
But he didn't like it, whatever it was.
He didn't like it.
No.
And it wasn't Spanish. It was just
whatever. Made up speech.
Yes.
That was a cross-up. Flores gets hit in the side, and to third base goes Ortiz. Wow.
Yeah, he was expecting a fastball, did not get it, got a breaking ball, and he just dropped. Sets up outside, expecting the fastball. There comes the breaking ball and gets him inside the right knee, it looked like.
The Nationals already losing their regular catcher, Wilson Ramos, out for the year. Flores here a bit nicked up on a cross-up. He is okay. Apparently 1 out, runner at third base. Not sure I'm over this. You were yelling a language that didn't exist, and yet you were tossed.
And threw me out.
Why would you do that anyway? What was the...
I was out of my mind.
Felt like yelling?
Felt like yelling at him.
Middlebrooks hitting at .318 coming into today's action, and sends it foul off to the right, 1-1. That's good to know that you're in the game, especially you weren't playing and you were that fired up.
I think that's part of the problem. It was that I was not playing, and I was a little bit antsy on the bench. Bad call at first base, and just had to have my say.
Fouled off at the plate, 1-2 to Middlebrooks. Gio Gonzalez, 26 years old, acquired from the Oakland A's during the offseason this past year after 4 seasons with the Athletics. Double figures in victories each of the last 2 years, was 15-9 in 2010 with the A's, and last year 16-12. 32 starts for Oakland, a 3.12 ERA. This is to third base, and back is Ortiz. The throw is good, and that almost was a double play. Zimmerman tried to apply the tag first, and Ortiz just got the foot in the bag, but he does get Middlebrooks at first base.
That's a very nice heads-up play by Zimmerman at third base. Watch him go over and try to get Ortiz. Why not? He's got plenty of time. And then the off-balance throw to first base to get Middlebrooks. Good heads-up play by the Nationals' third baseman.
Two down here in the second inning. David Ortiz at third base. Red Sox trailing by a run. Mike Aviles. Pops it up. Shallow right. Out goes Espinosa. Harper in. And Harper makes the catch. It ends the inning. The Red Sox lead Ortiz at third. We played 2. 1-0 Nationals. Treat yourself to a Dunkin' Donuts frozen coffee drink. Available in original mocha and caramel. Check out Dunkin' all summer long. America runs on Dunkin'. Please remember, price and participation may vary, and frozen coffee drinks are pre-sweetened and artificially flavored. Third inning at Fenway Park, 1-0. Waits the Washington Nationals out the lead. The home run by Adam LaRoche. Difference in the game as Rick Ankiel stands in and takes strike one. Ankiel coming in at .223, 3 homers, 12 runs batted in. Second year with Washington now for Ankiel. And then for strike 1-2. That'll miss, and it's 2-2. Rick Ankiel, of course, who started his major league career as a pitcher. The St. Louis Cardinals for the better part of 4 years, ran into all kinds of wildness, and from a mental standpoint just could not throw the baseball anymore, and then made himself into a position player, an outfielder, and came back with the Cardinals in that capacity first. This one was sent foul down the left field line. That'll stay out of play. And Ankiel then went to the American League very briefly with Kansas City in 2010. Split that season with the Braves, and last year with the Nationals in 122 games turned into a very good outfielder. Foul back, still 2-2. ...2005 was his first year as a position player, and he went all the way back, A-ball, Double-A, and Triple-A before he made it back to the majors. In there for strike 3. Daisuke Matsuzaka with his 4th strikeout. One out here in the 3rd inning.
Now 3 of his 4 strikeouts have come on the breaking ball, 1 on a fastball. Breaking ball here picks up the middle of the plate for the strikeout. So Daisuke with 4 here in the 3rd inning.
One down in the 3rd inning. Jesus Flores doing the catching. 258, 2 homers, 9 runs batted in. Six of 9 first pitch strikes for Daisuke Matsuzaka in his return. Well, over the years, Jerry, we've made it known at times that Daisuke can be maddening to watch. And at times, Daisuke, over the course of his Red Sox career, would seem to walk the bases loaded and then get out of it time after time. And the number of walks and the picking of the corners and deep pitch counts and middle innings, and it's all been well documented. But he seems to be A, working quicker, B, working much more sharply here in the early going than we remember. And so far, the results much better.
He's attacking hitters right now. He's going after him with his fastball and then mixing in his off-speed pitches.
This is on the ground to short. Aviles picks and throws. And there's 2 down in the 3rd inning. Let's check in with Jenny Dell.
Don Daisuke Matsuzaka's debut is underway here at Fenway Park after a 1-year layoff, and his manager Bobby Valentine was among those who found it difficult to predict his starter's performance here this afternoon.
It's hard to know. You know, it's basically the anniversary. It's a year today, 365 days, huh? And so there's it's hard to predict what's going to happen, and I hope he throws strikes, and I hope he has more than 2 pitches to do it with, and I'd be happy if that happened.
And while stateside members of Red Sox Nation watch Matsuzaka's 2012 debut, the game is also being broadcast live in the pitcher's native Japan, where it's already Sunday morning. Don?
All right, Jay, thank you very much. It is 5:43 a.m. right now in Japan for those who are following Daisuke Matsuzaka's return to the majors.
Yeah, a lot more of the Japanese media has returned to Fenway Park with the return of Daisuke Matsuzaka.
Just to further my point on that bases loaded thing, 2008, 2009, he faced 23 batters with the bases loaded between 08 and 09. None of them got hits.
Well, that's the amazing thing about Daisuke. When you look at his numbers throughout the years with the Red Sox, I mean, the walk totals have always been high, but the batting average against has not been.
Right. Not a lot of contact. 2-1 pitch. Lombardozzi fouls it back, and Daisuke with a 2-strike count again here. 2-2. Lombardozzi struck out in the first inning on a 4 Ks for Daisuke. Only one of his 5 seasons have opponents hit better than 246 against Matsuzaka. 2-2 is away. 3-2. Ranks 3rd among Japanese-born pitchers with 49 career wins. Trailing Hideo Nomo had 123 in his major league career. Tomo Oka had 51. There's strike 3. Daisuke gets his 5th K. That's over 3 innings. It's 1-0 Nationals through 2.5. The Red Sox television network. Tradition, history, and a commitment to everyone on our team. These are just a few of the things Eastern Bank is made of. Find out more at easternbank.com. Last half of the 3rd inning back at Fenway Park. Some folks from Springfield, Vermont here for their 2nd anniversary.
Very good drawings. It looks like all of them.
Darnell McDonald leading it off here in the 3rd inning. Kelly Shopping, then Daniel Nava to face Gio Gonzalez. Well, his average under 200 as he hits at 190. 2 homers and 8 runs batted in. He'll bounce in and grab the shoulder of Flores before kicking back to the backstop. In there for a strike, and it's 2-1. I imagine outfielders yesterday kind of looking over their shoulders to see who would be going as they activate Daisuke Matsuzaka today. And then an abundance of outfielders. You got guys coming back in the outfield still to come. As this is in the air to right field. Harper shades his eyes and makes the catch for the first out. As you saw, Billy Starr will be joining us next half inning. It's Pan Mass Challenge Day here at Fenway Park. One out for Kelly Shopping coming up. .275, 3 homers, and 9 runs batted in. Anything to having Shopik catch Daisuke today, or just a day game after a night game?
I think day game after a night game. Left-hander starting on the mound, which a lot of times Shopik will get the start against, and Saltalamacchia probably back in there tomorrow.
Saltalamacchia getting the day off, at least for now. Certainly available on the bench for Bobby Valentine. Going up and away, and a swing and a miss, 95 miles an hour. Gonzalez ahead, 0-2. 21st start of the year for Shopik of a possible 59 games. Top of the Red Sox order, Daniel Nava waiting on deck. He's been hit by a pitch 5 times this year already, Kelly Shopik, and a couple he has appeared to kind of lean into.
Yeah, most of those right on that left arm or shoulder.
51 times in his career he's been hit by a pitch. He's kind of made an art form out of it. Nicholas over the years so close to the plate as well, hit a ton. Two. Swing and a miss. Shopik strikes out, second K for Gonzalez. 2 down here in the 3rd inning.
Now both strikeouts for Gonzalez coming on the curveball. Curveball that time to Kelly Shopik. You got Pedroia back in the 1st inning on a curveball.
Two outs in the 3rd, and here comes Daniel Nava. His second look at Gio Gonzalez today. Flied out to the center fielder Rick Ankiel in the 1st. .86 strikeouts right now for Gio Gonzalez, ties him for 2nd in the National League with Cole Hamels of the Philadelphia Phillies.
Well, they've got some no contact guys at the top of this rotation, don't they?
Yes, they do. They'll feature fastball, curveball, and a changeup. As that is in there for strike 2, and it's 0-2. Strikeout leader is the guy we saw last night, Steven Strasburg, who's got 92 Ks with his 13 in last night's game. 0-2 pitch. Well, the National staff terrific overall, as they have a 2.99 earned run average. That is tops in the majors. In fact, they're the only team in the majors with an earned run average under 3. Two pitch. Nava thought about it, but takes the ball down and in. Back over the mound towards short. Desmond on the run and in time to get Nava. And to end the inning, 1, 2, 3, third. We played 3. It's 1-0 Washington. for a call. 1-800-MySeats. Aloha. First time to Fenway Park.
You watch Hawaii 5-0, Don?
I don't, but I know you love it.
Oh, it's a great show.
You played in Hawaii, didn't you? At one point, winter ball or something?
No, I had a vacation there once.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought you played there for some reason. I don't know why. Bryce Harper leading it off here for the Nationals in the 4th inning. Harper, Zimmerman, and LaRoche. It's a long plane ride to Hawaii from the East Coast.
It is. We flew from, I think, to L.A. and then L.A. to Hawaii.
So what, 6 and 6? Like
no, actually we didn't. We flew from Dallas, from Boston to Dallas, Hawaii. It was a long flight. Split it up on the way coming back. Stopped in L.A. for a day and then came back here.
Harper flied out to left field in the 1st inning, 0 for 1. Up and away, 3-0. Duske wants a new baseball. It'll be Harper, Zimmerman, who's waiting on deck, then LaRoche expected here in the 4th inning. There is ball 4, gets away. Harper racing down to first base, but the first walk given up by Matsuzaka. Check in with Jenny Dell.
Don, Bryce Harper has been to Fenway Park before, back in 2004 with his family when he was just 11 years old. But stepping into the batter's box last night for the first time at Fenway is something this 19-year-old will never forget.
Playing here, it's unbelievable. You know, all the history in this park, and you know, stepping in the same box as Ted Williams, I think, you know, just put everything in perspective. And you know, like I said before, you know, I was a little anxious, you know, at the plate the first AB because of that, and you know, just thinking about all the surroundings and everything, and the crowd, and you know, it's just an unbelievable experience coming in here and playing.
Count Sox manager Bobby Valentine among the many who were impressed with the rookie last night. Valentine said Harper was amazing in everything he did out there, including that ball Salty hit to the gap. He came out of nowhere to catch that ball. He was very, very impressive. Don?
Thanks very much, Jenny. No doubt about it. Last night, first time we got to see him in person, the 19-year-old who certainly plays well beyond his years. David Ortiz tweeting about him. Bryce Harper is the real deal. God bless him. He comes from number 34 himself to another number 34. On the corner, and it's 0-2. Last night for Bryce Harper. The running catch to Rob Saltalamacchia of a base hit. He followed up with a home run later on out by the 420 marker and into right center. His 6th home run of the year. Outside snap throw at first, and a nice pick by Youkilis.
Chopik likes that. He likes to try to pick guys off first base, and this time Youkilis bails him out. Throw's going to bounce, but Youk able to pick it and keep that ball out of right field. Harper getting his secondary lead, but gets back in time.
If that ball gets by Youkilis with Adrian Gonzalez in right field, Harper could get a long way away. A nice pick there by Youkilis. There he goes. 1-2 is by the shortstop Aviles. Into left field and a bobble by Nava. And Harper aggressively goes to third base. So 1st and 3rd here all of a sudden in a hurry. Aviles kind of played it off to the side and it got by him pretty quickly.
Looked to me like Aviles took a step to his left first and then back to the right. Let's see. No, he did not. I'm sorry, he did not. Ball just got right by him. Ball hit hard. There's the bobble in the outfield by Nava. And the hustle by Harper gets him into third base.
First and 3rd with nobody out. And Adam LaRoche, the batter. He's the difference in the game right now. He homered in the 2nd inning. His 10th home run of the year. Harper at third base, Zimmerman at first base, nobody out in the inning. Adam LaRoche played in 6 games with the Red Sox in 2009. Very briefly member of the Red Sox before going to the Atlanta Braves. Casey Kochman deal is pitch in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Signed as a free agent by the Nationals. Did have a home run in a Red Sox uniform in his games played with Boston. Fouled down by the shoe tops, and it is 1-2. Played only 43 games last year. That season-ending surgery on his shoulder, left shoulder, torn labrum. Tap foul, and it hangs at 1-2. Daisuke walking Harper to begin this inning. The first free pass served up by Matsuzaka in his outing. Zimmerman follows it up with a single to left. It's first and third, nobody out. Bluff to third, a bluff to first, doesn't throw to either venue. Saw a shot of Bobby Valentine and Jerry Royster, both managing in Japan successfully at that. And together again here in Boston now. Bobby Valentine at the helm and Jerry Royster, the third base coach. 1-2 time called, and Daisuke stops the delivery.
Now Harper at third base is really getting a big lead down that line, and that's because Will Middlebrooks is well off the third base line. And it's giving Daisuke something to think about.
Swing and a miss. LaRoche down on strikes. 6 strikeouts for Matsuzaka. 1 down.
A big strikeout there, obviously, that meant at first and third, and back to the fastball for the strikeout. So they've been kind of mixed up. Fastballs, breaking balls. But a high strikeout total here for Daisuke in his first start. And a big one there when he needed it.
Michael Morse, the batter, with 1 out, first and third. In the dirt for ball 1, sliding to his right is Shopik. One-0 pitch is to right field, and this is trouble. It gets down, and one hops up into the stands. Ground rule double. 1 run will score. They'll stop Zimmerman at third base. Michael Morse has got an RBI double, and the Nationals have a 2-0 lead. Morse upset because he was hoping to roll around down there in the right field corner a while, and the Nationals would get more runs.
There's actually a break for the Red Sox. The ball bounced up into the stands. Only 1 run comes in. Taking the fastball from Matsuzaka that stays out over the plate. And slapping it down to that right field corner, 1 hop into the stands.
So second and third now with 1 out, and the Nationals on top 2-0. Ian Desmond grounded out to second base in the second inning. Action for the Red Sox first time today. Franklin Morales first up in the pen. Randy Neiman, the active pitching coach right now for the Red Sox. Bob McClure away on a family matter. 1-0 pitch is missing. Ball 2-2-0. Zimmerman at third base, Morse at second base with one out here in the fourth inning. A run in for the Nats. Foul straight back, 2-1. Well, it's time now for today's AT&T trivia question. Question is, who is the youngest player to ever hit a home run at Fenway Park? We'll have the answer for you a little bit later.
It's a good question. I think I may have the answer, but can't be sure.
Was he Seattle Mariner, maybe?
I thought he was a member of the Red Sox.
Oh. Two-one pitch in the dirt. I was thinking it was a Seattle Mariner, but I'm wrong.
So I still have a chance to be right?
You still could be right. I can say it since it's wrong. It doesn't matter. Ken Griffey Jr. I thought might have been the guy.
That would have been a good choice.
So I remember him and his dad both hitting home runs.
Yes.
60th pitch coming up for Dice K. He's behind here 3-1 to Ian Desmond. That's a strike and it's a full count.
Now, velocity has been pretty good today for Dice K with his fastball. He's got as high as 93 with it. A lot of them around 90, 91. Cut has been at about 89.
Zimmerman at third, Morse at second base. 2 runs in for the Nationals. On top here, 2-0. On the ground and by the dive of Youkilis into right field. Scoring is Zimmerman. Morse is in behind him. Throw is going to be cut off, and the Nationals take a 4-0 lead. Big 2-run single for Ian Desmond, and Washington on top 4-0. Bobby Valentine coming out here with 4 runs in. Dice K throwing 61 pitches so far. And remember, Bobby Valentine can speak both English and Japanese. And so can Dice K for that matter. As Bobby Valentine heads back to the dugout. Pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. 3 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, a walk, 6 Ks. 61 pitches for Matsuzaka so far in his outing, 39 strikes. A 3-run 4th inning. So far the problem here at the moment. Last year, the 4th inning was one of his best innings. Gave up only 1 run in the 4th inning last year. Danny Espinosa, the second baseman, who flied out to center field in the 2nd inning. Runner goes, and here's a liner to right. Gonzalez on the move, goes into the slide to make the catch. He can turn it into 2. The throw from Pedroia is going to be in time. Gonzalez to Pedroia to Youkilis on the cutoff, and it turns into a double play that ends the top of the 4th. But not before the Nationals score 3 times. They lead it 4-0.
making a fine play. That's the Sunfield out there now in right field, but he makes a diving play with the runner off at first base, Desmond. They turn it into a double play. Pedroia to Youkilis. So what could have been a disaster that inning ends up in a inning-ending double play on a fine play by Adrian Gonzalez in right field.
Run in the second, 3 in the fourth, and the Nationals have a 4-0 advantage as the Sox come to bat here in the bottom of the fourth. Dustin Pedroia, Adrian Gonzalez, and David Ortiz expected in the inning as Dustin struck out swinging in the first inning. One of 2 Ks for Gio Gonzalez. Soft grounder out towards Espinoza, and he throws out Pedroia. Well, tomorrow is Small Talk Day in the pregame. It starts at 12:30, and Bobby Valentine is on the hot seat.
Mr. Valentine, how did you like coaching in Japan?
I loved coaching over in Japan. It was a place where everything was new for me and exciting, and they loved baseball the way I love baseball, so it was really fun.
A taste of what you will see on Small Talk tomorrow. And again, the pregame begins at 12:30. 1 out here in the fourth inning for Adrian Gonzalez. Adrian grounding out to shortstop in the first inning. A wild swing and a miss. 0-2.
Good breaking ball by Gonzalez to Gonzalez.
So I think the thing that surprised me about our trip to Japan was how much baseball is over there and how much they love the game. I mean, you really didn't get a feel for it until we got there and saw high school baseball on like 3 channels. I mean, there were all kinds of baseball games to watch on television when we were in Japan.
The only thing that we could watch that we could understand was CNN international news. Other than that, it was constant baseball from all different levels.
And sumo wrestling. Remember, that was
a lot of sumo wrestling too. Yes.
0-2, a swing and a miss. Tough at bat as it works out for Gonzalez. Fooled badly by Gonzalez. The other Gonzalez, Gio Gonzalez, who picks up his 3rd K.
Gio Gonzalez looks all as good as Strasburg did look last night. Back to the breaking ball again to Adrian Gonzalez, and he picks up the strikeout.
7 in a row retired by Gio Gonzalez. And here's David Ortiz, who doubled in the second inning, has the only Red Sox hit. He's left at third base in the second inning. Ground ball shift is on. Espinoza won't get it. It's the shortstop. Desmond off balance throwing in time. Nice play. Another 1-2-3 inning for Gio Gonzalez. Some help from his defense. 4-0 Nationals. Eastern Bank, listening, guiding, and being there for kids in need. That's what Eastern Bank and Adrian and Betsy Gonzalez are made of, which is why we've teamed up to support youth mentoring programs throughout Massachusetts. To find out more, go to easternbank.com/Adrian. Daisuke Matsuzaka back to the mound for the top of the 5th inning. Rick Ankiel batting. Struck out in the 3rd inning against Daisuke. Swing and a miss, and it is a ball and a strike to Ankiel. It's been a 6 strikeout performance so far for Matsuzaka, but gives up a run in the 2nd and 3 in the 4th inning, and trails 4-0 as he works here in the 5th. Last couple of innings, we've seen Franklin Morales in the pen. He is out there standing very ready should Bobby Valentine go in his direction. Bottom of the order, Jesus Flores, the catcher, waiting on deck. On the ground down the line, a fair ball. Euclid was off the line, kicks off the padding, and a fan actually reaches over and grabs it. So they will give Ankiel second base. That was a fair ball. And fan grabbing it. Ankiel will be at second to begin things here in the 5th inning.
Right down the first base line. Fastball inside. It was supposed to be away. And Ankiel takes it right to the glove side of Kevin Euclid. And the fan reaching over, and the double is called by the first base umpire Al Porter.
Now Ankiel's got pretty good speed. You wonder if the fan doesn't touch that, whether he'd be at second or third. I guess an argument the Nationals could have made, but chose not to. That is a judgment call, correct?
Yes. If the fan interferes, it is. But the question is, would it have bounced off that wall, and bounced to Gonzalez? That would have been a tough call.
Ankiel at second, nobody out. Flores takes the pitch for a strike, and it is 0-2. Flores bounced to the shortstop Mike Aviles in the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss, goes around and becomes the 7th strikeout victim for Matsuzaka.
It's a changeup this time, too, to the right-hander, dipping down and in. It really fooled Flores. Not expecting the off-speed pitch, the changeup.
One out, Ankiel at second base, and Stephen Lombardozzi, who is 0 for 2. He struck out swinging in the 1st inning, then looking in the 3rd. 2 of the 7 punch-outs that Daisuke Matsuzaka has today. Sliced foul down the left field line, evens at 1-1. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Boston Red Sox. Popped up, foul ground as Middlebrooks gives chase, but it's into the crowd, and down in the count is Lombardozzi, 1-2. This gentleman will be departing as he interfered with play. 1-2 is popped up shallow left center. As coming from center is McDonald. Darnell puts it away. 2 down.
The Amica Pit Zone is brought to you by Amica Insurance. Amica Insurance, it's not just how you covered, it's how you're treated. Let's take a look at 4 of Dice K's strikeouts. Lombardozzi to lead the game off on a cut fastball. A breaking ball there to Zimmerman. A breaking ball to Morse. And then a breaking ball to Ankiel that picks up the outside corner.
2 down, and Keel is at second base right now, and here is Bryce Harper. Flied out to left, walked and scored. It's on the ground, foul down by the tarp. Outside, Shopik tried to frame it. 1-1. Fouled out. 1-2 off to the left side. For every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Sox earn a save, CVS Pharmacy will make a donation to Boston Children's Hospital towards their $25,000 donation this season. 2 down here in the 5th inning. A count of 1-2 to Harper with Ryan Zimmerman waiting on deck. Rick Ankiel out there at second base. Another foul back. Still 1-2. Shadows have encompassed the home plate area, making their way out towards the mound. Down and in, and it is 2-2.
Yeah, some of the things you have to deal with these 4 o'clock starts at Fenway. Tough sun field and right field. The shadows coming up toward home plate.
'80th pitch for Matsuzaka in his return to the Red Sox. That is strike 3. 8th strikeout for Daisuke today. 5 innings for Daisuke. It's 4-0. Nationals on top. Eastern Bank are made of historic milestones, and now our home team has reached one of its own. Congratulations on this special anniversary from one Boston institution to another. 4-0. Nationals on top of the Red Sox. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Gio Gonzalez back on the mound for the Nats. As Kevin Youkilis takes strike one. Youkilis grounded out to shortstop in the 2nd inning. Be followed by Middlebrooks and Aviles in the Boston 5th inning. Gonzalez is 26 years old. Grounder softly hit towards LaRoche. Late break for Gonzalez, and LaRoche takes his eye off the ball, and Youkilis will reach. Boy, that was... LaRoche makes the play at first, but even when he comes up with it cleanly, not breaking was Gonzalez. He became a spectator on the mound.
It almost seemed like there was an awful lot of spit in this ball, too, as it headed toward LaRoche at first base. And right there, you're right, he takes his eye off the baseball, looking to first base to see if there was going to be help there, and will pick up the error. His 4th error of the season.
So the miscue allows Youkilis to reach. Red Sox, their second base runner this entire game. Ortiz doubled in the 2nd, and that's been it. Will Middlebrooks takes strike one. Daisuke Matsuzaka, after 5 innings and 80 pitches, gets the word that he is done for the day. In his first game back, Daisuke 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs. Walked a batter and struck out 8 on the hook.
I actually thought he threw the ball very well today. It was better than I expected. Velocity was better than I thought it was going to be. Had a very good changeup in the game today. The inning that hurt him, obviously, started with a walk. The 4th inning where they got 3 runs.
And oddly, that's the only walk that he had in his entire outing. But it did start the 3-run 4th inning for the Nationals. 8 strikeouts for Daisuke in 5 innings. The error at first base breaks up a string of 9 in a row retired by Gio Gonzalez. 1-2 to Middlebrooks. He's outside, 2-2. $15 wins in 2010 for Gonzalez, 16 last year. Vying for his 8th win of the year already this season, as that almost hit the back foot of Middlebrooks. Full count. Waking and raking again is Will Middlebrooks when he wakes up. Trying to start a new winning streak for the Red Sox, and always time to wake and rake. So far he's had a ground out. Now a fly ball down the right field line that will tail foul. Popped up, foul ground, and out of play. Well, tomorrow at noon, join Jenny Dell for the Ultimate Red Sox Show, presented by Cumberland Farms. This week's Top 9 Countdown includes a look at the Red Sox infield practice, 2012 draft this week in Fenway Park history, and much more. Catch it tomorrow at noon on the Ultimate Red Sox Show, presented by Cumberland Farms. There is strike 3 to Middlebrooks. He doesn't like it, but takes with him the 4th strikeout for Gio Gonzalez.
Al Middlebrooks thought this ball was down and in. Everything had been away from him. They come back inside and right at the bottom of the strike zone. That very similar to the pitch last night that Youkilis was called out on. And, of course, Youkilis got thrown out of the game.
One out, one on for Mike Aviles. It was Doug Eddings behind the plate last night. It's crew chief Dana Demuth today. Aviles takes ball 1 outside. Flight out to the right fielder, Bryce Harper, in the 2nd inning. 0 for 1 on the day. Vilas fouls it off, and it is 2-2. Of course, the month of June is Calling All Kids Month for the Red Sox. And before today's game, Mike Vilas meeting with the group from Calling All Kids Month here. A lot of the Red Sox participating with a lot of the kids in this month of June from Fenway. It's been a special month. 2-2. Reaches out, grounds one to first base. LaRoche will go to second for one. Back to first. No, they won't even try it. As Gonzalez went over to cover the bag. They get the lead runner. Euclid is 3-6 on the force out. But Vilas reaches at first with 2 down.
LaRoche pouncing off the bag. Makes a nice easy throw to second base, but no chance there for Desmond to turn it over. Euclid taking a kind of a funny route to second base, trying to break up that double play.
Two down, Aviles at first base, and Darnell McDonald the batter.
It's like he was running a post patent on that, didn't
it? Yes. Runner takes off. The pitch inside. The throw down is not going to be in time. Stolen base for Mike Aviles going on that first pitch. Red Sox down 4-0, but running here in the fifth.
Yeah, taking off on the very first pitch from Gonzalez, and from his knees, Flores makes the throw, not in time to get Aviles, who picks up his 7th steal of the season.
Mentioned the 7th steal for Aviles. He had 14 last year. Equal to season high, which he did in 2010. Did McDonald go? No, he did not, says Al Porter, first base umpire. Next half inning, Billy Starr will join us. It is Penn Mass Challenge Day here at Fenway Park. Shadows have encompassed home plate, making their way out to the mound now with 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Late day baseball from Fenway. It's outside 3-0. There's a strike, 3-1. McDonald taking all the way. Second time the Red Sox have had a runner in scoring position. Ortiz was left at third in the 2nd inning. They have Mike Aviles at second base with 2 outs here in the 5th. 3-1 from Gonzalez. And that's outside, ball 4. First walk he has given up. All this covering first base stuff has got Gonzalez a little bit out of whack here in the 5th inning. It's time now for the answer to today's AT&T trivia question. He's the youngest player ever to hit a home run at Fenway Park. And the answer, Jerry Moses is only 18 years of age when he did it. Connected for his first career home run, May 25th, 1965. Here at Fenway, Moses appeared in only 4 games that season, played parts of 4 years with the Red Sox. The youngest visiting player to homer at Fenway Park, I was wrong about this too. I was thinking Ken Griffey Jr. was not. Robin Yount, April 8th, 1975, did it 19 years, 204 days. Bryce Harper, who homered last night at 19 years, 236 days, just 32 years older than Yount.
I was wrong, too. I was thinking Tony Conigliaro.
Okay. Harper also became the youngest player with 3 hits in a game at Fenway. Now, here we go. Ken Griffey Jr. had 3 hits in 1989. That's the year I was thinking that he had homered. Which is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1 to Kelly Shoppick. Jerry Moses was back here for the 100th anniversary.
Yes, he was.
On the field. One is in there for strike 2. Shoppick didn't like it, but he's quickly in the hole. 0-2. This is the hardest Gonzalez has had to work in an inning. His next pitch will be his 70th. Right now, a 23-pitch inning. Taking off for third is Aviles as the pitch is fouled off to the right out of play. Mike trying to steal another base.
And definitely going on his own because at first base, Darnell McDonald did not break. There's Aviles getting the walking lead. He takes off the foul ball by Shopik.
Up and away, and it is 1-2 now to Kelly Shopik. Up until last night, Gonzalez had thrown the most pitches among any starter in a game, 115. This season high, but Strasburg surpassed that last night. Two on, two down at 1-2 to Kelly Shopik. Foul tipped, held onto by Flores. It's strikeout number 5, and it ends the 5th inning. Play 5. It's 4-0 Washington. And right before the first pitch, and familiar sight of seeing the riders come around from center field, and Wally high-fiving, but so was our guest Billy Starr, who was also out there high-fiving. I noticed the riders coming in. A special day here at Fenway Park as always.
Thank you. I know a lot of those people. It's our 10th year back at Fenway, 10th year with the Boston Red Sox and New Balance sponsoring the Pan Mass Challenge, and great to be back at Fenway. We're 9-1. It's looking a little rough right now, but we're 9-1 on PMC Day at Fenway.
Well, we got some time left. Still got 4 innings to go here from Fenway Park. And tell us a little bit about the dates and what fans can do to get involved. You still need some cyclists out there, we know. Absolutely. We've set an all-time high fundraising goal of $36 million. We've raised $338 million since 1980. This is the biggest event benefiting the Jamie Fund. And the breadth of it is a role for everybody in this. Ride, volunteer, write a check. www.pmc.org. But right now, routes are still open. If you go to our website, and we're hoping to register some 5,500 riders, and over 250,000 of New Englanders are contributing to the PMC, and the money raised on PMC weekend will represent almost 60% of the Jimmy Fund's annual revenue. So there's a lot riding on this weekend, if you'll excuse the pun. Yeah, that was pretty good. Thank you. That's actually on our website. Not only New England, though, but 36 states and 8 countries. That's true. Will be represented, which is amazing how far this crosses. I'm a Bostonian. I love Boston. I love the PMC. But we're the Red Sox. We got the marathon. Boston's a great place. A lot of innovation comes out of here. And this is the original fundraising event, bike-a-thon in the country. And we've developed the cachet to raise big bucks. And anyone who gives a hoot
about raising money for Dana-Farber ought to be in the PMC.
That's too bad we got a game because Bobby Valentine, I manage, is a bike rider.
Very excited to thank you, Jerry, for saying that Bobby, it's the first time we've ever had an active manager riding, and he'll be riding the one-day 89-mile ride out of Wellesley to Bourne.
Zimmerman sends one to right. Gonzalez will have some sun issues. No, not at all. He makes the catch, no problem out there and right for Adrian.
Now, how many different starting points are there for the race?
It starts in both Sturbridge, the traditional route, and for the last 16 years we've been at Babson College in Wellesley. So there's a lot of ways to slice this pie, and obviously as the money became bigger, it's not about the distance. It's not about those of us who ride 200 miles, though I know you could, Jerry.
Yeah.
It's about being a part of this weekend. 100% of all money is guaranteed to pass through for the Dana-Farber, and we have that kind of cachet to raise real money, and it's all critically important. This is unrestricted money for the Dana-Farber, so that those who are the best and the brightest can determine where they're going to make their initiatives.
You said $36 million is what you guys are looking for this year. How much higher is that than your goal of a year ago?
Well, last year we tied our all-time high in 2008 with $35 million. 36 is uncharted waters. We think we're capable of it. Right now, registration's up 1%, but revenue's up 5%. But we're only at about $7 million. Not pocket change, but a long way to $36 million. And really, again, New England, jump in, get involved.
And more than 230,000 individual contributions were made last year in the fundraising campaign as this one's fouled off, and it is 2-2. And as you mentioned, where the races leave from, it's August 4th and 5th this year, the 33rd annual PMC.
And we're about a week early being here today, but we wanted to show off our new logo.
I was going to say, it looks a little different out
there. It is. We
wall.
tweaked it a little bit, and we wanted to get our goal up there, and, because it is new, but closer by the mile is really our mantra. We recognize that funding cancer is a complicated disease. It's going to take a lot of us.
This is out to left center field, and on the run, Daniel Nava makes the catch for the second out. Let's just go back briefly. You are the founder of this entire thing that has taken off incredibly. Tell us how you got started, why you got started in this entire process.
It's so funny. We did a function a few weeks ago, and I'm with these guys. They're 20-something. And they realized that they were talking to the executive director, but I realized they're looking at me and they thought, the founder, that guy's got to be dead. It was really, I've heard you make that comment about the 70s, the 80s, and it's like, it's really humbling, But nonetheless, if I can remember that far back, I lost my mother, uncle, and cousin. It resonates with me today. Your life gets turned upside down. This is an opportunity for all of us. I was an athlete, and I found my expression this way. It worked out. I'm a very lucky guy, but I got a lot of support. There is a full-time staff. There's 3,300 volunteers working on behalf of these 5,500 riders, and together this bike-a-thon has become more than any of us would have expected. And the best news is we're capable of more. And we want to thank you, Doug.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Look
you.
forward to it
Best
again.
of luck.
I can't get enough of these innings, these quick innings, but thank you guys very much.
Fan Bass Challenge coming up. It's 4-0 Washington. no-hitter by the Seattle Mariners was the second to take place at Safeco Field this season back on April 21st. Philip Umber tossed a perfect game against the Mariners at Safeco. Besides the park, there was another thing in common in both games. Home plate umpire Brian Runge was behind the plate for both games. When Runge is around, the chances for a no-hitter seem to increase. He was also at first base for Irvin Santana's no-hitter last season. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea is a refreshing hard iced tea. Tastes like real iced tea, be a little twisted. Kevin Dillwood.
That is a little strange,
yes,
isn't it?
For a couple of years. And have the same home plate umpire. Millwood started that game. There's a ground ball to short. On the backhand goes Desmond. And Nava's retired on one pitch here in the 6th inning. There's a look at this, and the guys that did it, Jerry, not every day do you get 6 guys to combine to get a no-hitter, but that's what the Mariners did last night. Millwood warmed up to come out for the 7th inning and could not go as he had to leave, had a bit of a groin problem, and left the game. So Furbush, Pryor, Ludke, league the closer, and Wilhelmsen finished it off in that game for the Seattle Mariners. It was fun to watch for those of us who like West Coast baseball late at night.
I once got no-hit as a member of the California Angels by the Oakland Athletics, and I believe in that game it was 4 pitches that no-hitters. It was the last game of the season. And Dick Williams said to us on the way out, have a nice off season.
Wasn't real pleased with the way
wasn't real pleased the way it finished.
One out here in the 6th inning. Swing and a miss, and it is 1-2. Brad Lidge now in the Nationals was part of a no-hitter. 6 pitchers for the Houston Astros combined for a no-hitter. One-two pitch. Do you remember who started that game against you, Jerry? I do.
Vita Blue?
Yes. Wally Fingers.
I think they were getting ready for the playoffs or something. I don't know what it was, but
getting everybody a little bit of work, and then they just
a little bit of work, they just no hit us.
2-2 to Pedroia, sloppily rolled off the mound as Gonzalez. Ooh, he twisted his ankle and fires it away. That one ends up in the photographer's well, and they will give second base to Pedroia. Well, it looked like Gio Gonzalez rolled his ankle as he went to get that ball, and his feet just came out from underneath him.
Looks like Pedroia hurt himself also. His ankle.
It's ruled a single and an error.
There's the little tap down the third base line. You can see Gonzalez going for it. He slips and then makes an errant throw to first base. And then Pedroia looks like he hit the first base bag awkwardly. And he was limping after the play. But Pedroia does make his way to second base and will stay in the ball game.
Yeah, Gonzalez is all right. No medical attention needed for him. A bit of a divot in the infield, but that's about it. And hit and an error ruled on the play, and it's Pedroia at second base. One out here in the 6th inning for Adrian Gonzalez. 0 for 2. He's grounded to short and struck out swinging. It's jammed and flips one out to the second baseman. Espinoza makes a nice catch. And a good jump goes out to the short lawn and center to reel that in. 2 down.
Now perfectly timed there by Espinoza. The ball not hit very hard. Sometimes that fools you. He goes back hard and then he has to go into the jump to make the catch. That's some nice play around the bag at second base. Espinoza and Desmond combined.
Well, the Nationals have very good pitching, very good defense in the area they really lack in his offense, but we've not seen that in the first 2 games of this series. Their offense has been pretty good. David Ortiz is doubled and grounded out. 1 for 2 in the game. He has one of only 2 Boston hits as the Red Sox bat here in the home half of the 6th inning. This is pitch number 80 for Gio Gonzalez. Well, tonight at 10, join Jamison Coyle for Ness and Daily, presented by Sun Life Financial. Globe's Nick Cafardo will have an update on all the interleague action from around the majors with Diamond Notes. Plus, he'll take an in-depth look at Red Sox prospects Colbin Vidic and Bryce Brentz. All this and much more on Ness and Daily tonight at 10, only on Nesson. Two outs, Pedroia at second base, and an 0-1. We'll get you caught up next half inning on the Phillies-Orioles game going on today as part of interleague play.
Tampa Bay has now moved into first base place by a half a game over the Yankees. Baltimore has dropped the game back. Toronto 3, Red Sox 4 coming in today's action.
So the Red Sox at the bottom. Red Sox in 5th place. This is the latest into the calendar year the Red Sox have been in last place since September of '97. As Ortiz takes strike 2. Red Sox have been in either 4th place or 5th place all year. One-two pitch coming up here to Big Papi. 2-2. Kevin Youkilis waits on deck. Red Sox batting here in the 6th inning. Ortiz grounds right side. The shift is on. Espinosa in short right's got to hurry up, and he gets it there in time. Close play. Big Papi's out number 3 in the 6th inning. On to the 7th. 4-0 Washington. On the mound for the Red Sox, Franklin Morales dealing with 6, 7, and 8 for the Nationals. Big swing and a miss for Ian Desmond. Morales had a 1-2-3 6th inning. Ian Desmond 1 for 2 with a 2-run single in the 4th inning. On the ground on a couple of hops to Aviles at shortstop. One down in the 7th inning. Now look at Daisuke Matsuzaka's day today. As he goes 5 innings, giving up 5 hits. He strikes out 8. A trouble inning, really the 4th inning when 3 runs scored against him. And otherwise, he pitched pretty well here today and worked quickly. Daisuke throwing all of his pitches today and a total of 80 in his outing. Four in a row retired by Morales. 1 out in the 7th. Fourth time Morales has pitched more than an inning this season. He's 1-0. There's a swing and a miss. Blew that one by him at 96.
And Morales all of a sudden has been a guy that's come in to give multiple innings in a game for the Red Sox. Fastball right there by Espinosa at 96 miles an hour. We saw that in the game up in Toronto where he came in early in the ball game.
That was an outing in which he went 4 1/3. There were the numbers, very impressive. Longest career relief appearance for Morales. And he came in after Daniel Bard left very early, and Morales throwing 52 pitches in that 4 1/3 innings. Very economical. 2-1 pitch elevates again with the heater. 2-2. Espinosa now and Keel waiting on deck as the Nationals bat here in the 7th inning. A glance off the glove of Shopik. Full count. Do you love where you work? Then tell all of Massachusetts. Nominate your company for the Boston Globe's top places to work. Visit boston.com/top workplaces. Nominate for details. The deadline is June 29th. Popped up right side. Youkilis ranging in. 2 down in the 7th inning. It's time for a game break and Tom Caron. TC. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. Well, it's been a beautiful day here at Fenway Park so far. The only thing bad for the Red Sox has been the score. They trail 4-0 with 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. Rick Ankiel, the batter, takes a pitch down and away. Struck out looking in the 3rd inning before he doubled to begin the 5th. That's a strike. 1-1. 22 pitches so far for Morales, and 15 of them have been strikes. He has retired the first 5 Nationals he has faced since coming into the game. That one is by Ankiel. Another fastball. A lot of fastballs for Morales.
Yeah, and a lot of hard fastballs too. 95, 96 from Morales.
Swing and a miss makes Ankiel look bad, and Morales continues to deal. Retires 6 batters in a row. Nationals, however, have a 4-0 lead. For the Nationals with a 4-0 lead. Kevin Youkilis, Will Middlebrooks, and Mike Aviles in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Red Sox. Youkilis has grounded out to short, reached on an error. Committed by Adam LaRoche at first base. There is strike one from Gonzalez. He's got 5 strikeouts in his outing. He has walked a batter and given up only 2 hits today. Think about what Strasburg was able to do against the Red Sox last night. They follow up with Gio Gonzalez again today, and this Red Sox offense been incredibly quiet against the starters for the Nationals so far in the series.
Kind of expected that coming in too. You looked at the numbers for the starting pitchers for the Nationals, and you knew this was going to be a very tough series to score runs in.
Chopped to third, a tough hop, but it's picked by Zimmerman, who spins around. The throw is in time to get Youkilis, but a nice play by Ryan Zimmerman at third base. 1 down.
That ball kind of took off on Zimmerman. He got it about shoulder high. As that bounce right there, and he plays it off to the side, spins. A little bit of a high throw to first base, but no problem for LaRoche at the other end.
See what he did, Jerry, what you always talk about. Started from the ground up.
From the ground up. Not from up to the ground. From the ground up.
1 out in the 7th. Middlebrooks takes a pitch for strike 1. Middlebrooks grounded out to Zimmerman at third base in the 2nd. Struck out. He didn't like the call back in the 5th inning, but called strike 3 against him in the 5th. Dana Demuth, the home plate umpire today. Gonzalez up to 92 pitches. Most he's thrown in a game is 115. He's 1 out in the 7th. You see Mike Aviles waiting on deck. Full count now to Will Middlebrooks. Outside ball 4, and that's walk number 2 given up by Gio Gonzalez. Coming up immediately following the game, stay with us for WB Mason's Red Sox Extra Innings Live at TC Peter and Jenny. Get a breakdown of Daisuke Matsuzaka's 2012 debut here today. Plus, manager Bobby Valentine will offer his thoughts on Matsuzaka's performance and the other key plays in the game. It's all coming up after the game, only on NESN. Gonzalez frustrated with himself as he walks Will Middlebrooks. Pitching line brought to you by Lexus. 6 1/3, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 5 Ks. Throwing 94 pitches in his outing. Steve Caddy, the pitching coach, is coming out. Craig Stammen is up in the pen right now for the Nationals. First action that we have seen on the afternoon, now into the early evening. Well, tomorrow afternoon, immediately following Red Sox first pitch, join us for Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by Uno's at TC Peter and Jenny at 1 p.m. They'll preview John Lester's start in the series finale against the Nationals. Plus, Bobby Valentine takes the hot seat in the latest installment of Red Sox Small Talk. Live coverage begins at 12:30, only on NESN. One out, one on. Mike Aviles has fly to right, reached on a fielder's choice, and has a stolen base.
Red Sox have shown that they will continue to run even down by 4 runs. So Middlebrooks gets a toss over at first base.
Gonzalez missing away 2-0. He walks Middlebrooks now, falls behind 2-0 to Mike Aviles. That's a strike over the outside corner. And it is 2-1.
Gonzalez mostly working that fastball away from the right-handed hitters.
Check on Middlebrooks, back to the bag at first, held on by LaRoche. Aviles lines it into right center field, a base hit. Middlebrooks will touch second and stop there, but a bobble in right by Harper, and Middlebrooks moves on to third. He had fully stopped at second base, but a bobble for Harper allows Middlebrooks to move up another base. It's a single and an error charge to Bryce Harper in right.
And we talked about Gonzalez working away mostly to those right-handed hitters. This time Aviles takes the ball to the opposite field, the fastball. There's the bobble by Harper. That's going to allow Middlebrooks to go to third base. So the Red Sox have a threat going here in the 7th.
First and third, one down in the 7th inning. Darnell McDonald coming up, but here comes Davey Johnson. And that's going to do it for Gio Gonzalez, who walking a hit will end his day, and he is frustrated as he does not reach 100 pitches in this outing, but departs with a 4-0 advantage. Nationals on top. Inning. Adam LaRoche's 10th home run of the season. Coming off Daisuke Matsuzaka. In this game, Gio Gonzalez just departs after 6 1/3 innings and has only given up a total of 3 hits to the Red Sox all day. But there are 2 men on as he leaves Daisuke Matsuzaka in his 2012 debut. Trouble inning was the 4th inning as Daisuke gives up 3 runs in that inning as Daisuke ends up striking out 8 in 5 innings worth of work. And Gio Gonzalez very frustrated as he comes off at 98 pitches in his outing, 6 1/3, and responsible for the 2 men on. As this call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. Craig Stammen into the game now for the Washington Nationals, first from the pen. 23rd appearance, 3-0, a 1.80 earned run average, 32 strikeouts in 30 innings, and opponents hitting at 209. Nationals have a lot of these guys with very good numbers coming out of the pen. As Flores is able to block that, it's ball 1 to the pinch hitter, Ryan Sweeney. Pinch hits here for Darnell McDonald, who had been 0 for 1 with a walk. In the dirt again, 2-0. Looks like another pinch hitter coming out here on deck for the Red Sox. As Jared Saltalamacchia would pinch hit for Kelly Shopik. So to the bench goes Bobby Valentine here in the late innings. Red Sox batting in the 7th with runners at first and third. Sweeney takes strike 1. 2 for 4 as a pinch hitter so far in a Red Sox uniform. Nubbed off the plate down the first baseline. It'll kick foul. There's action in the bullpen. More action. The left-hander Mike Gonzalez up for the Nationals. Hitting the road. Take the Red Sox with you this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Red Sox out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit redsox.com to order and to get more details. MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. 1 out with Middlebrooks at third, Aviles at first, and the Red Sox down by 4 runs. In the dirt, full count now to Sweeney.
That was similar to the pitch that Sweeney swung at on the prior pitch. Ball down out of the strike zone. This time not biting on the low fastball.
Fans have not had much to cheer about today here at Fenway Park so far. Look to third, a look to first, doesn't throw to either locale. Runner at first goes. Sweeney takes ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Third walk allowed by Nationals pitching, the second of this inning. All of a sudden you have the tying run coming to the plate and pinch hitting Jared Saltalamacchia as Davey Johnson's going to go back out to the mound. They'll make the change. Washington on top 4-0. Eastern Bank. At Eastern Bank, we're made of free checking that's got nothing to hide, which means no fee. It's been a beautiful day in Boston. The Red Sox trying to get something going here, as they have something going with 1 out of the 7th inning. Bases loaded. And the new pitcher is Mike Gonzalez. Third pitcher used by the Nationals today. 4th appearance, no record. Not giving up a run in 2 1/3. Opponents hitting at .250 against Gonzalez. He was called up from Syracuse last Sunday. Signed with the Nationals as a minor league free agent. A guy who had 24 saves in 2006 with the Pirates as a closer. Line to left, struck well by Saltalamacchia. Going to grab some wall. From third, Middlebrooks scores. Aviles behind him. 2 runs in for the Red Sox. And it's now 4-2 Washington. Here come the Sox.
Well, the strategic move was to move Saltalamacchia to the right side of the plate, where he was only hitting 167. But he changes that very quickly. First pitch from Gonzalez. It's a fastball inside, and Saltalamacchia finds that left field wall. Middlebrooks scores, Avila scores, Saltalamacchia with 2 more runs batted in.
Saltalamacchia had been just 1 for 8 as a pinch hitter. The one was the walk-off home run. And he's got himself a single that drives in 2, 1st and 3rd now. Daniel Nava batting. He is 0 for 3 in the game, as he takes strike 1. So the 2 runs that score are charged with the starter Gio Gonzalez in 6 1/3 innings. He can win it, he can't lose it. Outside, 1-1. Sweeney at third base, Saltalamacchia at first base. 1 out here in the 7th inning. Just a 2-run game now. Nava lays off ball 2.
A tempting pitch to swing at, to a hanging breaking ball that time from Gonzalez. But Nava stays off it. That ball just spinning about letter high.
Popped up foul, now to play, 2-2. More action in the pen. Sean Burnett warming now. Another left-hander here for the Nationals.
I believe the Nationals have 4 lefties out of their bullpen.
Nava strikes out looking as Gonzalez gets him. Nava doesn't think so, but he becomes out number 2 of the 7th inning.
Fastball at 90 on the inside part of the plate. Has Nava moving back, but looked like a pretty good pitch.
So 2 down in the inning, and Dustin Pedroia, the batter, is 1 for 3. Infield hit in the 6th inning. Gonzalez finished 5 of his first 9 major league seasons with an ERA under 3. And found himself in the minors this season, starting the year at AAA. .1-0 will miss, and it is 2-0. Adrian Gonzalez waiting on deck. In there for strike 1, 2-1. As Pedroia takes.
Yeah, no fastball for Pedroia on the 2-0 count right there. Breaking ball.
Red Sox 1 for 8 today with runners in scoring position. Pedroia pops it up. Foul ground. LaRoche steps near the coach's box. Now makes the catch and foul ground that ends the inning. Well, Jared Saltalamacchia has had 2 pinch hits this year. One was a walk-off back on May 26th. And the other comes in this inning. A 2-run single that has the Sox back in the game. It's now 4-2 Washington. For a look at the road ahead, brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Tomorrow, in the final game of the series, it'll be John Lester on the hill for the Sox. He's always been good in interleague play. He's 10-4 in his career with an ERA of 3 in 18 career starts. That includes his victory in his first interleague start on May 19th in Philadelphia. Our live coverage begins tomorrow at 12:30 with Red Sox first pitch. No changes for the Red Sox. Sweeney stays in the game after pinch hitting for McDonald. He stays in center, and Jared Saltalamacchia pinch hit for Kelly Shopik now takes over the catching duties. Franklin Morales back on the mound, and why not? He has retired the first 6 Washington Nationals he has faced since coming into the game in the 6th inning. And he's only done it on 25 pitches. So 1 is down and in. Red Sox have the closer up in the pen. Fredo Aceves. Jose Flores 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out as he pops one up foul and out of play. 1-2. Nationals have not scored since the 4th inning when they had their 3-run inning against Daisuke Matsuzaka. To center field, and starting back with Sweeney, but he now comes in and makes the catch for the first out of the inning as we check in with Jenny.
Don, Cody Ross took BP today for the first time since being placed on the 15-day DL on May 22nd for his fractured foot. Afterwards, Ross said that he felt great and he's just excited to be back out there.
Really excited to get out there and finally get to hit on the field. I was supposed to do it the last couple days, but we got rained out and it just ruined my days. But today, out here, day game, it's no better place to be out here right now.
With Jacoby Ellsbury, Carl Crawford, and Cody Ross rehabbing and on the path to return to Boston later this season, Jerry, the Red Sox will have some tough decisions to make.
Well, they will, and we expect that Cody Ross will be the first to return. I mean, he's the guy that's the farthest along right now, started to take batting practice, and hopefully things are going well for him.
Sometimes he gets bored And he tried to blow a really big bubble, and look what happened to him, Jerry. It exploded.
I bet that took a while to peel off his face right there.
Follow Cody at I am Cody Ross. It's quickly 0-2 to pinch hitter here. Tyler Moore pinch hitting for Steven Lamberdozzi. And it's down and in 1-2. Moore, who started yesterday's game, hits a .217, no homers and no runs batted in. Sliced foul off to the right. We'll do it again. 1-2. Trying to come in. And that's over the plate for strike 3. It's been a very good outing for Franklin Morales. Picks up his second K. He's retired all 8 batters he's faced.
His last couple of outings have been absolutely lights out. Fastball right down the middle for the strikeout. Second he's had since coming in the game. 1 on a breaking ball, 1 on a fastball.
Breaking ball in there for strike 1. Swing and a miss, and it is 0-2. He went. He did. Doug Eddings rings him up. 9 in a row retired by Morales. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Red Sox trail by 2. Now to download the full season schedule into your favorite calendar program. At home or in the office or on the go, we'll remind you when the game is on. Download it now at NESN.com/schedule. Changes for the Nationals as Tyler Moore stays in the game and takes over in left field after he pinch hit for Lombardozzi. And the new pitcher, left-hander Sean Burnett, comes into the game here for the Nationals. 24th appearance. No record of 1.00 earned run average. 18 innings of work and has 21 Ks in those 18 innings. 4-2. Nationals on top as Adrian Gonzalez leads it off and takes ball one. Adrian 0 for 3 has grounded out to short, struck out swinging, and lined out to second base. 1-0 is in there for a strike, 1-1. So the runs the Red Sox have charged to the National starter today, Gio Gonzalez. 6 1/3, 3 hits, 2 runs. He walked 2, struck out 5. Has a chance for his 8th win. Came in at 7-2, but needs the bullpen to help out. David Ortiz on deck. Then we'll see Kevin Youkilis scheduled in the inning. Inside 2-2. Well, back in the 4th inning, looking very comfortable out in right field. Nice play by Adrian Gonzalez, who makes the diving catch and then turns it into a double play in the 4th. Every day that passes, the more comfortable he looks in right field. It's jammed and fouls it off. 2-2. As the Red Sox move to National League venues beginning in Miami on Monday, it'll make it a lot easier to have Gonzalez and Ortiz in the lineup at the same time now. Definitely different than a year ago. This is back to the mound. Burnett's got it. He'll run a little and throw underhanded in time to get Gonzalez. Hess and Hess Express are proud sponsors of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on Nesson. During the 2012 season, Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the Red Sox Foundation for every Red Sox home run. Hess and Hess Express, committed to helping the cause. One out here in the 8th inning, and it brings up David Ortiz. He's got one of the 4 hits Red Sox have in the game. David doubled in the 2nd, sent in a ground out in the 4th and a ground out in the 6th inning. Sean Burnett, who is 29 years old, into the game for Washington, has worked scoreless relief in 20 of his 23 appearances. Look out. That one to the backstop. Ortiz barely out of the way.
That's not only the starting pitchers for the Nationals, it's the bullpen that's also doing a very, very good job. This one almost gets the short of David Ortiz.
A little closer than Burnett would have liked. The tying run coming to the plate. 1-1. On the ground, shift on. Espinosa to short right center. The long throw picked nicely by LaRoche at first base. 2 down. That becomes a very long throw from where he was. Two down here in the 8th inning as David Ortiz is retired. Kevin Youkilis 0 for 3 in the game today. 2 ground outs, reached on an error in the 5th inning. Outside 2-0. Fly ball to right field, the Sun field. Bryce Harper is over there looking up. makes the catch that ends the 8th inning. Burnett has a 1-2-3-8. We head to the 9th, 4-2 Washington. The Red Sox Foundation, helping to address health needs in our communities. It's on to the 9th inning back at Fenway Park. Alfredo Aceves into the game, his 28th appearance, 0-3 with a 5.02 ERA, 14 out of 17 in save opportunities, but that is not what he is in here for today. He's in here today to keep this where it is, a 2-run deficit right now for the Red Sox. So they can come to bat in the bottom of the 9th. And part of the order here for the Nationals, Ryan Zimmerman, 1-for-3 today, a single back in the 4th inning. And a strike over the outside corner, 1-1. Franklin Morales, 9 straight batters, retired from the 6th inning through the 8th. At 3 strikeouts, very impressive. Once again, is this a miss down and away, and it is 2-1. Tyler Clippard, who is right now the closer for the Washington Nationals, warms in the pen. Middlebrooks, Vilas, and Sweeney expected to bat in the bottom of the 9th inning for the Red Sox, right now trailing by 2 runs. It's a strike, and it's 2-2. Bobby Valentine using his Aceves here. Gave up 2 runs in the 10th inning Tuesday night against Baltimore and took his 3rd loss of the year. It's after he had pitched a perfect 9th inning. The breaking ball just off the plate, and it's a full count.
And Aceves wanted that one real bad. Thought he had the outside corner. Started at Zimmerman, big break on it, and apparently just missing outside.
Now the 3-2. That is fouled off to the right, out of play.
Now Franklin Morales outstanding in this ball game today. 3 strikeouts for him. A breaking ball here to Anquillo. A fastball for the strikeout. And then another breaking ball to Harper. He's been outstanding in his last couple of outings, giving multiple innings to the Red Sox.
Breaking ball grounded softly up the middle. Aviles to his left. Throw is in time. 1 down in the 9th as we check in with Jenny.
Yes, Don, the MLB news and notes are brought to you by Nissan. Down 6-0 early last night, the Arizona Diamondbacks tied the team record for the biggest comeback when Ryan Roberts hit a 3-run walk-off homer in the bottom of the ninth to give them a 9-8 win. Marlins manager Ozzie Guillen has put his slumping players on notice that if they don't start hitting, they may be demoted. Guillen said they better step it up. Two Atlanta Braves retired the number 29 worn by John Smoltz prior to last night's game. Smoltz joined former teammates Greg Maddux and Tom Glavine among 10 numbers retired by the team. Don?
All right, thanks very much, Jenny. Well, Ozzie Guillen's Miami Marlins will be the next foe for the Red Sox, and they've lost 4 games in a row, so see Ozzie getting upset over that. We will see Ozzie in a couple of days, and congratulations to John Smoltz. Spent a brief time here with the Red Sox and getting his number retired in Atlanta.
Ozzie said either hit or you're going down.
It's a pretty simple message.
Yes.
In there for a strike, and it is 2-1. Marlins are 3 games back of these Washington Nationals as Dice-K has come back out after his outing today. 5 innings, 4 runs. He struck out 8. This is fouled off the foot of Adam LaRoche. Look at Dice-K's line today in his return to Boston after Tommy John surgery. So the 1 inning, the 4th inning was a problem inning. Otherwise, looked pretty good. 8 strikeouts for Dice-K today. Two to LaRoche. And that's down and in, full count. Trying to get the count as a Sevis. It is a full count. Michael Morse waiting on deck. Nationals batting in the 9th inning. Fouled off out of play as Saltalamacchia gives chase. Red Sox pitching, they've retired 13 Nationals in a row. Last Washington player to get on base, Rick Ankiel, with a double back in the 5th inning. Three-two pitch. There's a curveball, and it is fouled off to the left out of play. Swing and a miss, and LaRoche strikes out. The Red Sox pitching, that is now 12 strikeouts in the game. 2 down.
Fastball this time from Aceves. He goes back inside. Long at bat by LaRoche, but Aceves wins the battle.
2 down in the 9th inning, and again now 14 in a row retired by Red Sox pitching. Here is Michael Morse, who doubled in the 4th inning as part of the 3-run 4th inning for the Nationals. Curveball in there for strike 1. On the corner, strike 2, 0-2, 95 on the gas. Back to the curveball again, an 0-2. And it is just outside.
Second time Aceves wanted the breaking ball in this inning. First one was outside. This one just a little bit outside again.
Aceves better be careful. He's showing the strike zone again to the home plate umpire, Dana Demuth. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikes out Morris, an impressive ninth. Red Sox bullpen has been very impressive. 4-2 Nationals. Southwest Airlines, and by AT&T. It's been a beautiful day here today in Boston. Everything's been great except for the score. Red Sox are down 4-0, but chip away to make it 4-2, and here they come to bat in the bottom of the ninth inning. It's the closer for the Nationals as a defensive change. Roger Bernardini in the game now. In left field for the Nationals, Tyler Clippard, the closer, into the game for Washington. He has 6 out of 7 in save opportunities as Will Middlebrooks takes ball 1. Middlebrooks grounded out in the second, struck out in the fifth, walked and scored in the seventh. And a strike, 1-1. Principal owner John Henry and Chairman Tom Werner hoping for a rally here for the Red Sox in the ninth. Strike over the outside corner, 1-2. Villas waiting on deck. Then Ryan Sweeney scheduled to bat here in the ninth inning. Middlebrooks sending it down the right field line. Long run for Harper towards the seats and into the crowd for a foul ball. As Harper stumbled as he got over towards the seats and the line.
Well, you look out at that field now, and really the only sunspot is out in right field, where Harper is playing right now. Late in the day, going on 7 o'clock. Still a little sun in center field, but not having an effect on the hitters.
Middlebrooks fouls it off. Okay, back here in a hurry to our right. Back wall, fortunately for Joe.
Look out, Joe. That was a bullet.
Yes, there was no reason to try to catch that. One-two is popped up, foul ground. Down from first base comes LaRoche. One out in the ninth inning. Tyler Clippard has the first out of the ninth as Mike Aviles is coming up. Aviles has been on twice, reached on a fielder's choice and a single. 1-for-3 day for the Red Sox shortstop. Strike one. Ryan Sweeney waiting on deck. One out in the ninth. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Clippard has worked scoreless innings in 12 of his last 13. Prior to becoming the closer, he's Washington's all-time leader with 74 holds. 0-2 is popped up foul. Back and into the booth. Just to the left.
Make a play, Don.
I was looking to make a play, but it was off to my left. I had that. Had the camera not been there, I probably could have had it.
I'm sure you would have.
0-2 pitch is up high, 1-2. A little bit more of an aggressive attempt this time than the last time, though, where I was ducking for cover. The 1-2 pitch coming up to Aviles. This one fouled off. Backing out of play, still 1-2. This was not as impressive an attempt by me. Wasn't much of an effort. One-two pitch. And thinking about reaching out there was Aviles. But it's ball 2, 2-2.
Gutsy, take that pitch on with 2 strikes on you. Jeff's off the outside corner.
Swings at this, and it's a high fly ball out to left field. Bernardina is out there, and he makes the catch for the second out of the 9th. It is now 7 in a row retired by Nationals pitching. Well, don't forget, coming up immediately after the game to stay with us for WB Mason Red Sox Extra Innings Live. It's all the post-game coverage you'll need right here on NESN. 2 outs in the 9th inning. Ryan Sweeney, the batter, walked in the 7th inning as he pinch hit for Darnell McDonald in the 7th as he takes ball 1. That's strike 1 and 1. And the Nationals win last night, game 1 of the series. Not away from taking game 2 of the series. Strasburg, the winner last night. Gonzalez trying to get the win today. It'd be his 8th. Clippard with a 1-1 pitch. Line to right field, and this will get in. Knocked down by a fan. It'll be a double for Sweeney. As a fan reached out and grabbed it, and Sweeney has got a double, and the Red Sox will bring the tying run to the plate.
Nelson Sweeney came in the game, a walk back in the 7th inning. Now the double, again fan interference. That's one you could question whether it might have been 3 bases.
So the tying run coming to the plate in Jared Saltalamacchia had a pinch hit single to drive in 2 runs. The 2 runs the Red Sox have in the 7th inning. Chance to do more damage now in the 9th. Saltalamacchia takes strike 1.
Change up on the first pitch.
Back in the 7th inning, pinch hitting for Kelly Shopik. Takes this off the wall. Drives in 2 Red Sox runs. Middlebrooks and Aviles both in. Now a chance for the Red Sox, trailing by 2, 4-2 in the 9th with 2 outs. As he takes ball 1. Outfield is deep and straight away for the Nationals.
Very deep.
Saltalamacchia grounds it towards first base. LaRoche will take it to the bag, and the Nationals take the first 2 games of this 3-game series as they come into Fenway Park. And here we've seen some impressive pitching from the Nationals in the first 2 games. Strasburg last night, Gio Gonzalez today.
Yeah, exactly right. And also the bullpen, too, for the Nationals. This is a very good pitching ball club, and they have pretty much shut down the Red Sox in the first 2 games of this series. The other story of the day, Daisuke Matsuzaka, I thought was a pretty good performance for him, considering the fact it's his first game back off the disablist, Tommy John surgery. Thought he pitched well, got in trouble in 1 inning with the walk, led to 3 runs in that inning. But overall, the Red Sox can't do much offensively against this pitching staff right now.
So the Red Sox lose it 4-2 for Jerry Remy and Jenny Dell. I'm Don Rosillo saying good night from Fenway Park. Join us again tomorrow afternoon for the series finale with the Nats. Pitching matchup will be Lester against Zimmerman. Our live coverage from Yawkey Way begins at 12:30. It's been a presentation of NESN, New England's most watched sports network. It's time